Hello friends, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm back here in Genshin Impact because I'm going to be doing a little character showcase today. And that showcase is of characters I do not regret pulling in Genshin Impact. Now if you don't remember, a few days ago I did a video where I showed characters I regret pulling for or just don't use anymore. This video is basically going to be the opposite of that. It's going to be showing characters that I use regularly and that I think are really awesome. So let's get right into it. Oh, and I'm also going to be telling you why I don't regret pulling them and why I think they're so awesome. Anyways, the first character is Ganyu. Ganyu was my first event 5-star from what I know that I pulled on purpose. Except for Hu Tao, which we'll get into later. But I pulled Ganyu on, I think it was her second banner, so it was her first rerun. It was when she had a banner with, I think it was Zhongli, I'm pretty sure. But the reason why I love her so much is because she is one of the characters who can output damage so quickly, and when she does so much damage as well. Like, I don't know any other character that can just, like, with a 2-second charge of a bow, just unleash quick 40 and 50 Ks, you know? Maybe there is another character, but I'm just not thinking about it. But still, that is why I love Ganyu. She was my first character main as well, so that was really nice. And the second character is Yelan. Now, if you don't remember my Yelan summons video, I encourage you to go watch it. I had such a fun time with Yelan, testing her, pulling her. I also have her weapon. I also have Ganyu's main weapon. And I just love Yelan so much because she is such a good off-field damage dealer. It's like Xingqiu, but she does like more damage. And she's just capable of doing so much. She can be an on-field DPS, she can be an off-field DPS, she can be pretty much anything you want her to be, and she can even do some insane damage with her E, which we'll get into today as well. But anyways, enough about Yelan. The third character is Hu Tao. Now, as I said earlier while I was telling you about Ganyu, I did actually get Hu Tao by accident. She was my first event 5-star that I ever got. I think I was around AR 25 maybe. It was Hu Tao's second banner, I'm pretty sure. It could have been the third, I'm not quite entirely sure. But I was doing pulls on there because I didn't exactly know how the wishing system worked at that time, and I got Hu Tao. I think I waited around 1.5 years before I actually started using Hu Tao, which makes this interesting. I actually only leveled her to 90 a few months ago. She was at level 50 and 60 for a while. Partially because I was afraid with all the HP scaling that she would just die all the time, but once I got Zhongli, that kind of fixed that problem. Hu Tao is, you've probably seen a bunch of showcases of her. She can deal incredible damage with the HP scaling. It's just fantastic. But anyways, the last character I'm going to be showing you today is Zhongli. Now, I know a lot of you probably aren't very surprised by this because a lot of people have pulled for Zhongli because of how incredible of a shield unit he is. And if you have Zhongli, you know what I'm talking about. It is the best shield in the game, in my opinion. But besides being a shield user, he can also be a DPS if built correctly. Now, I've never built Zhongli as a DPS permanently before. I've always used him as a shielder, but we are going to be getting into that today. So, I guess, let's just get started into today's video. Now, Ganyu here has her full build, obviously. She was my main. Her ratio is pretty incredible. We've got 60.2 to 205 crit damage. She has 2.1k attack, 136 elemental mastery, which is great for melt reactions. She, of course, has her signature weapon and her artifacts. She has 4-piece Wanderer's trope, with an off-piece being this flower. Here it is. Here's the plume. Here's the sands, here's the cup, and here's the crown. And she is C0, unfortunately. I have contemplated pulling for her C1, but I just never got around to it, because she hasn't had a rerun in a while. But her talents, she is my only character that I actually have triple crowned, which is pretty incredible in my opinion. But anyways, let's move on to Yelan. Yelan for me is kind of used as both an on-field and an off-field DPS depending on when it's needed. If she has her charged attack fully charged up, or if her E isn't on cooldown. She's also used really good for traveling at quick distances I mean, long distances quickly is what I meant to say. But anyways, her attack is pretty low because she has HP scaling. So as you can see here, she's got 35,000 HP, 58 EM. Her ratio is 68.5 to 249.3. She also has her signature weapon, Akra Simulacra, which I think is one of my favorite signature weapons in the game because of how much crit damage it gives. Like, that is incredible. And this weapon is actually pretty interchangeable for like a lot of bow users. The HP thing doesn't really matter, but the substat down here increases damage of wielder of this weapon by 20%, which it does a lot. But anyways, her artifact, she's kind of built as a sub DPS with 4-piece emblem. Here's the flower, here's the plume, here's the sands, here's the cup, and here's the crown. She is unfortunately C0. I really wanted her C1 because of that additional charge, but I ended up getting a Tignari instead. I got my first Tignari from pulling, and I also got guaranteed, which was nice. And her talents are 888. Now let's move on to Hu Tao. I think Hu Tao is, if not one of my best built characters that I have in this entire game, because she is so... the ratio is just incredible. Wait until you see it. Oh, it's so crispy. I love everything about it. 73.6% to 230.6%. She's got some energy recharge too, which is nice. Her attack's really low, again, because she has HP scaling, so her HP, she has 31k, and I don't even know why her defense is so high. Her base def must just be really a lot, so that's weird. But anyways, her weapon is Deathmatch from Battle Pass. I didn't pull for Staff of Homa because, I mean, I know how much of a versatile weapon it is. You can pretty much use it on any polearm user in the game. But I just didn't really want to spend money on any more signature weapons because the weapon banner is absolutely a scam, you guys. Anyways, for her artifact, she has 4-piece Crimson Witch of Flames, typical DPS build. Here's the flower, here's the plume, here's the sands, here's the cup, and here's the crown. Now for constellations, I actually do have C1. I pulled for C1 Hu Tao a few months ago with Stella. If you don't remember the video, go check it out. Her C1 is literally a lifesaver when you're out of stamina, especially in places like Spiral Abyss, because she's literally like a charge attack DPS, so she's amazing with that. And her talents are 898. And for the last character in today's video, we have Zhongli. Now, as you can see, he has 55,000 HP, so he's obviously a shield build, so the ratio doesn't matter. Black Tassel, 4-piece Tenacity set, stacked HP, and Zhongli is C2. I pulled for C2 Zhongli because his C2 is so useful in co-op. As you can see, it grants a shield when his burst is active to all nearby players, which is really good. So I love bringing him to domains, and it just helps so much. His C1's kind of weird though. It just increases the amount of pillars that exist, so whatever. But anyways, his talents are 6, 10, 8. And Zhongli is actually the only other character that has any talents at level 10. Another thing that we are going to be doing with Zhongli today is building him as a DPS, because doing just a shield showcase would be pretty boring, so I'm going to be giving him 4-piece Archaic Petra and Hu Tao's weapon so that we can see if he can actually do some good damage with his burst. Now, we are going to be testing Ganyu first. It is a typical charge attack DPS, so let's formulate a team comp and go to a boss of some sort. Now here is the team comp I came up with. We have Zhongli, so he can provide basic protection from what we're going to attack, and keep in mind I would be replacing him with Shenhe
if I freaking had her.
But I don't, and I'm really mad about it. So when I get Shenhe, I'm literally going to be testing all of my cryo characters because she will be an actual lifesaver. But anyways, I'm also bringing Xiangling so that she can constantly apply Pyro so that we can do some really good melt damage. And then I'm also bringing Benny along so that he can provide an attack boost. And I also might eat a food or something that increases her cryo damage bonus or her elemental mastery so she can do better melt damage. Bro, we don't even have any buffs and she's doing 25k with her E. Hello? Okay, here we go, guys. Are you ready? Because I'm very ready. Alright, I'm pretty happy with how that went down. I think if I had Kazuha or another Anemo user like Sucrose constantly applying Pyro with better application and also being able to increase elemental mastery, she would have done more melt damage, but I saw a high of 60k, which was really, really good. In co-op, actually, on Scaramouche boss, believe it or not, she's done around 168k. I know, saying that now you probably won't believe me, but it's okay anyway. But now, let's go on to the next character, Yelan. Okay, before we move on to Yelan, I actually want to try Ganyu one more time with Mona instead of Zhongli. So let's go to the Pyro Regisvine and just test that out really quick. Alright, here we are. I wonder if this will do more damage. The only thing I'm worried about, though, is killing it instantly, because I have a feeling that that's going to happen. There we go. That is what I'm talking about. Epic one-shot. Well, we did do more damage with Mona. I was expecting we would. She did a nice 75k. Can't complain there. But anyways, now, let's actually move on to Yelan. Now, I'm going to be testing Yelan two ways. One of them is going to be just seeing how much damage she can do with a Vaporize from her E, and then the other one is going to be as an off-field DPS. So, first, let's do the E team. Now, I know you're probably very surprised about how much this team changed, because I know I am. We changed a whopping one character, that character being Yelan, of course, because Vaporize depends on Hydro reacting with Pyro, and Melt depends on Cryo reacting with Pyro, so basically it's just gonna be the same old thing. It doesn't really matter which boss we fight, we can do either Regisvine. But I think I'm gonna stay at the Pyro one so that Xiangling and Bennett don't immediately kill it, because it does have Pyro res. So let's wait for it to respawn and get our bursts, and then let's do this again. And also, I'm going to be changing Yelan's artifacts from 4-piece Emblem to 2-piece Golden Troop and 2-piece Hydro, because we're focusing only on her E. I am really excited for this because I know already that Yelan is capable of doing some crazy E damage, because she's casually hit some 110Ks with no buffs and only Vaporize. Okay, here we go. Oh my god. Okay, that one didn't crit, but still. Oh yeah. Okay, I know that that was really good, but I really want to see if I can push this to its maximum potential, so I'm gonna eat some food. I'm gonna have this Hydro Potion, and let's see. I'm going to eat my last Jade Parcels that I have left. So if we look at her now, she has 1.6 attack and more crit rate, so let's do this again. $115k and we killed it. Hey, I mean, I think that speaks for itself. Yelan is a pretty crazy character, and she can be very versatile, used in pretty much anything. So now, let's use a similar but different team so that we can see how much damage her burst will do. Okay, I know I said I would change the team, but there's no need to, really, because we're still doing Vaporize. So let's just go get the bursts again and use Yelan's burst this time. Before you can even do anything, you're already down. Alright, here we go. I saw 32k, 33k. That was absolutely amazing. I love Yelan, and I think everybody should pull for her, because it's like Xingqiu, but better and really pretty. Anyways, though, time to move on to our third character, Hu Tao. Now for this one, we are going to be changing up the team, but by only one character. I'm going to be testing Hu Tao twice, so don't worry, we'll be changing up the party a second time. The first time, we're going to be doing Vaporize Hu Tao, and then the second time, we are going to be doing Melt Hu Tao. So, let's go to the Cryo Regisvine and test it out. My only problem with this is I worry that it's going to heal Hu Tao instead of give her an attack boost, but I'll just get with what I can get. Holy crap, dude. she literally is two-shotted. Okay, well, you saw what she did. She did 73k and she did a 75k. Yeah. And now for this one, I'm gonna need a constant cryo applicator. So for that, I think I'm actually gonna use Ayaka because her burst can apply a steady amount of cryo. So we didn't really change much about the team, but I guess let's go and do it again. And of course, right before we test her, we need to throw her off a cliff. Oops. Burst it up. 241k. I mean, that was crazy. I love that so much. And by the way, I don't even know what my highest, like, damage number is. I might as well check it right now, to be honest. Oh my god, so what I just did was my highest. Whoa, okay then. Alright, now let's move on to our final character of today's video, Zhongli. Now, of course, Zhongli's team is going to be the most different because we're not exactly focusing on elemental reactions, we're only focusing on geo damage. So for this team, I am going to bring Ningguang and Goro because depending on the amount of Geo party members in your party, Goro can provide a buff, and if there are 3, he will do Geo damage bonus. Ningguang, with one of her passive talents, when you pass through her Jade screen, she gives a Geo damage bonus as well. And last but not least, let's include Benny, because who doesn't love an attack boost? And his build has been switched to the Archaic Petra set. For this test, I think I'm also going to eat some food to see if I can give Zhongli some more potential here. I do have a Geo Potion, so that's good. Okay, eventually I'm going to have to go do some more cooking, but I think for now we can just eat this. So, okay. Okay. Zhongli walked through. Now let's go. Did he not crit? Are you serious? Okay, I don't know how he didn't crit with 79%. But, let's try it again. Okay. You better crit, I swear to God. Crit right now. That's what I was saying. You silly. 6k physical though. That's ridiculous. Well, he finally crit, which was great. He did 113k. Pretty proud of that considering he's mainly built to be a shield user. You know, I think meteors coming out of the sky would hurt a lot more than that, but hey, what do I know? But that does wrap up today's video. Alright friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more character showcases, building videos, challenges, tests, etc., let me know by leaving a comment, or if you have any specific ideas that you want me to do, make sure to comment those as well, and I will try my best to do as many as I can. Also, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to turn on the bell so that you get all the notifications of when I upload new videos. And I also want to say thank you so much for 11,000 subscribers. I will be doing a Q&A, and so make sure to check my community tab and drop by there and list any questions that you have for me, or reply to the pinned comment, and I will try to answer as many questions as I can in that Q&A video. But yeah, that's all from me. I will see you guys next time. Bye, friends!